بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. First, I am very sorry for late start. Has been very blessed but a very busy day, and I'm sorry I'm late. In order to keep it short, I just speak few minutes about a hadith from Imam Raza alayhi salam that I think is very important, and this would not be part of our series on 40 Hadiths, so this would be a one-half session, very brief inshallah, so that we can finish it inshallah on time. According to this hadith, Imam Raza alayhi salam said, إن من علامات الفقه الحلم والعلم والصمت باب من أبواب الحكمة. Either Imam meant al-hilm wal-ilm and then started a new sentence, or he wanted to say al-hilm wal-ilm was-samt. إن الصمت يكسب المحبة إنه دليل على كل خير. Among the signs of fiqh, among the signs of sound, reliable, deep understanding of religion, one may mention these things. So if you want to see whether you have proper understanding of faith, whether you have reached the core, the depth of faith, you have to see whether your understanding has brought these fruits or not. Al-hilm wal-ilm. Hilm and ilm many times in our hadith come together. Alim has to be halim. Halim also, of course, has to be alim. For example, we have famous hadith, اطلبوا العلم وتزينوا معه بالحلم. You must seek knowledge, but also decorate yourself, beautify yourself with hilm, forbearance. ولا تكونوا علماء الجبارين. And do not be scholars who are harsh with people, who would impose their opinions on people, who would be careless, who would not be considerate. Because if you do so, فَذَهَبَ بَاطِلُكُمْ بِحَقِّكُمْ. Your batil, which is your akhlaq, your behavior, would send away your truth, which is your knowledge. So people would not distinguish between your akhlaq and your knowledge. Say, okay, we learn from this person, we go to his lecture, we listen to him, we act upon what he says, but he has a bad akhlaq. We don't follow his akhlaq. No, actually what may happen is the opposite. If we have an alim with bad akhlaq, his bad akhlaq might be accepted, but his moral advice might not be accepted. So, hilm and ilm should be together. And if alim is not halim, his batil, which is his akhlaq, would damage his knowledge, which is haqq. Imam Raza alayhi salam here also says, al-hilmu wal-ilm. Hilm and ilm together. What is the difference between hilm and sabr? Sabr is more general, patience is more general, as you remember. In several places we have said, we have sabr al-ta'a, sabr al-ma'asiyah, sabr al-musibah. Al-ta'a means for obedience, you need sabr. Anil ma'asiyah means to refrain from sins. Alal musiba means to be patient with suffering, calamities. So sabr is very general. But hilm is normally used for a person who is in a relation, for example, in family, in society, with neighbors, and feels that he is wronged or she is wronged. There is bad behavior, there is no appreciation, there is no respect. Hilm means to be able to have a controlled reaction. It can be a matter of ignoring, it can be a matter of nice talking and having nice conversation. But anything with measure, everything is controlled, everything is decided by aql. If you do anything because of anger and emotions, then this is not hilm. So, religion brings hilm and ilm. والصمت باب من أبواب الحكمة. So samt means silence. But as you remember in some lectures on akhlaq, we have said that there is a difference between silence and samt. Silence normally is when no one speaks. For example, in this room, no one speaks. But samt is that you don't speak. Maybe you are listening to someone. So samt is mostly a matter of me being silent. This is a gate of hikmah, babun min abwab al-hikmah. Samt brings محبة, brings love. If you listen, people will love you. And also, if you listen to them, you find their arguments maybe convincing and you love them. But if I don't listen to you, especially when we disagree, then I am going just to little by little dislike you more and more and more. But if I listen and appreciate, inshallah, then I will appreciate you and love you more. إنه دليل على كل خير. Samt is a guide to everything which is good. So with silence, and silence is one of the ways to show your patience, forbearance. So an alim, someone who has deep knowledge of faith, someone who has touched the bedline of the river of faith, should be very patient, very much happy to be silent and listen, and when there is really need, to talk. I hope inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to be always patient. And if we feel someone wrongs us, because many times we make mistake, maybe we have been wronged, but if we feel someone has wronged us, to be in control of our emotions, not to react quickly, not to especially overreact, and give proper response. And proper response can sometimes be just to remain patient. Proper response can be to forgive, to pray for that person. Proper response may be asking for clarification. It can be asking the person to explain why he did this. So there can be different, and sometimes also can be in need of some action. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us all these beautiful qualities of hilm and ilm and samt, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.